Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back and thank you for supporting me. I'm Coretta. In this video, I will be showing how to create the crisscross word effect in Canva to make a custom t-shirt design. Come on y'all, let's get started. To complete this project, I will be using Canva Pro to create my t-shirt design. I will be using my Cricut Maker 4 to cut out my HTV, which is my heat transfer vinyl that I'm going to place onto this pink Gildan shirt. I will leave a list of the items in the description of this video. So here in Canva, I am going to make a crisscross word design. To start, I'm going to select Create on the left toolbar, and that's the plus sign. On the pop-up window, I'm going to select Custom Size. I'm going to change my units from pixel, which is PX, to inches, which is IN. The size of the canvas is not important for this design, so I'm going to make my canvas 10 by 10. Under width, I'm going to type 10. And under height, I'm going to type 10. And then I'm going to select Create New Design. Now I'm going to change the color of the canvas to gray. To change the color, the background color of the canvas to gray, I'm going to select anywhere on the canvas. And on the toolbar, right above the canvas, I am going to select the background color swatch. On the left toolbar, on the pop-out window, I'm going to select gray. And then I'm going to select the X to close the pop-out window. Next, I'm going to select text on the left toolbar. I'm going to select Add a Heading. Then with the text still selected, I'm going to go to the top toolbar and I'm going to select the uppercase icon, which is the icon that is the two A's. It has a lowercase and an uppercase. So I'm going to select that and it's going to change my text to uppercase. Then I'm going to type pink out. I am going to change the font. To change the font, I am going to make sure that my text is selected. And then on the top toolbar, I am going to select the font. I am going to search for the font Anton, which is Anton, and I'm going to select my font. Once I've selected my font, I am going to select the X to close the pop-up window. I'm going to adjust my letter spacing. To do this, I am going to make sure that my text is selected, and on the top toolbar, I am going to select Advanced Setting, and this is the letter T with the double head arrow underneath it. Then I'm going to change my line spacing to 50. So I'm going to type it in, but you can use the slider bar to change it. And once I have my space changed, then I'm going to hit enter. And then I'm going to click anywhere on the canvas to close the pop-up window. You would play around with the spacing for your words. Now I'm going to change the font color to white. To change the font color, I am going to select my font, and then on the top toolbar, I am going to select text color icon. On the left pop-up window, I'm going to select white, And then I'm going to select the X to close the pop-up window. So that I can start designing the crisscross word, I am going to make my text larger, and I'm just going to drag it by the points here. So making my text larger. Then I'm going to duplicate the text. And to duplicate the text, I'm going to make sure that it's selected. And on the toolbar right above the text, I'm going to select the duplicate icon. I am going to change the duplicate color to black by going to the top toolbar, selecting the text color, select the black, and hit the X to close it out. With the black text still selected, I am going to go to the top toolbar and I'm going to select Effects. And on the left pop-out window, I'm going to select Hollow. I'm going to change my thickness to 55. And then I'm going to select the X to close the pop-up window. Then I'm going to align both the white and the black text center. To align center, I'm going to select both the black and the white text. On the top toolbar, I'm going to select Position. And then on the left pop-out window, on the Arrange tab, I'm going to select Middle. Once the text is centered, I am going to download it as a PNG. To download, I am going to select Share on the upper right corner. On this screen, I am going to select Download in the bottom left. I'm going to make sure that my file type is PNG, and then I'm going to select Download. The file is going to download into my download folder in File Explorer. Next, I am going to upload the PNG that we just created. To add the PNG, I'm going to select Upload on the left toolbar. I'm going to select Upload File. I'm going to browse to where the file is located. And then I'm going to select the PNG, and then I'm going to select Open. Once the PNG is uploaded, I am going to select it to add it to the canvas. Then I'm going to bring the PNG to the front. So with the PNG still selected, I'm going to select Position on the top toolbar. And on the Arrange tab, I'm going to select to front. I'm going to remove the background on the PNG. So with the PNG still selected, I am going to select BG Remover. This is a Canva Pro feature. With the background removed, I am going to crop the unwanted space out around the word. And so to do this, I'm just going to drag the bounding box handles, which are the little flat lines. So I'm just going to drag them down and drag them in to remove the unnecessary and unwanted space here. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to select the black hollow text. So I'm going to take this black hollow text and then I'm going to delete it using my keyboard. And then I'm going to change the white text back to black. So selecting my white text, I'm going to go to the text color and I'm going to select black and I'm going to select the X to close out the pop-up window. Then I'm going to line the PNG up with my text. I'm going to position the PNG on top of the text, and then I'm going to use the bounding box, the circle on the bounding box, and I'm going to stretch it out until it is the same width as the text. So you can see that the PNG is the same width as my text. Next, I'm going to select apps on the left toolbar. I'm going to select apps. And then I'm going to search for the app called Skewing. SKEWIMAGE. And then I'm going to select Skewing. And the Skewing app is the purple icon with the white candy wrapper on it. So I'm going to select that. On the canvas, I am going to make sure that my PNG is selected. And then on the left pop-out window, I am going to leave the horizontal skew at 0. And I am going to change the vertical skew to -25. And then I'm going to hit Add to Design. Then I'm going to select App to close the pop-up window. Once I add the skewed image to the canvas, I am going to select my PNG and I'm going to delete it using the key on my keyboard. I am going to crop the unwanted space on my skewed image and I'm going to just drag the bounding box down and drag it up and over to remove the unwanted space. After I've removed the unwanted space, I am going to line the skewed image with the text that is on the canvas. So I'm just going to stretch it out and I'm going to stretch it to about where the end of the T's match each other. So let me bring it in just a little bit and over. And so I want it to stretch all the way to where the ends of the T's match each other. Once I'm satisfied with the size, I am going to move the skewed image to the middle of the word so that it looks kind of like it's crisscrossing, but they're kind of on top of each other. Once I'm satisfied with the position, I am going to duplicate the skewed image. So making sure that the skewed image is selected, then on the top toolbar, above the skewed image, I am going to select duplicate and I'm going to move it up here. So on the original skewed image, I am going to crop out the word off. So I'm going to crop off out. And then on the second skewed image, I'm going to crop out the word pink. And then I am going to line up out with pink. So I'm just going to line it up like that. And then I might make it a little bigger just so that it looks kind of the same. With the out skewed image still selected, I am going to select position on the top toolbar. And on the pop out window, I'm going to select to back. And then I'm going to continue to position it how I want it. So I want it like that. Now that I have it positioned the way that I want it, I'm going to change my background color back to white. So clicking anywhere on the canvas, and then on the toolbar right above the canvas, I'm going to select the background color, and then I'm going to change it to white. And then I'm going to hit the X to close the panel. Next, I'm going to add an outline to the skewed image. To add the outline, I am going to select the pink skewed image, and on the top toolbar, I'm going to select Edit. I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to select Shadows. And then I'm going to select Outline. I am going to change my outline color to white. And then I'm going to change the size of my outline to 20. You can play around with the size that you want your outline to be. But for this design, I'm going to make mine 20. And once I have my size, I'm going to select the X to close the pop-up window. Then I'm going to add an outline to my text. And to add the outline, I'm going to select the black pink out. And then on the top toolbar, I'm going to select Effects. And then I'm going to select Outline. I am going to change this outline color to white. And then I am going to change the thickness of this outline to about 110. Maybe, let me do 100. Let me see. Okay, I like 100. So once I'm finished with my outline, I'm going to select the X to close the pop-up window. Now that I have my crisscross design, I'm going to add some additional words to my design. Next, I'm going to add some images to my design. To add the images, I am going to select Elements on the left toolbar. And the first element I'm going to add is a football. I'm going to select See All on Graphics. And then I'm going to select my football. And then I'm going to get a breast cancer ribbon. And then I'm going to select See All under the canvas. And then I'm going to select my ribbon. With the images on the canvas, I am going to size and position them. Now I have completed my design. I am going to convert the design to a cut file. To create the cut file, I am going to select Share in the upper right corner. On this screen, I am going to select Download. I want my file type to be PNG, and then I'm going to select download. I am going to upload the designed PNG by selecting Upload on the left toolbar, and then I'm going to select Upload File. I'm going to browse to the location. I'm going to select my image, and then I'm going to select Open. I'm going to create a second page by selecting the plus sign for Add a Page that's under the canvas. I'm going to change the background of this second page to gray. So I'm going to select the background color and I'm going to select gray. Then I am going to add the design PNG to the canvas. To use this PNG as a cut file to cut vinyl with. And so with the design on the canvas, I am going to remove the background. So with my PNG design selected, I'm going to select BG Remover. So now the design does not have any white spaces, only solid fill and black lines. And then, so I am going to crop out the unwanted space. With the white removed, I am going to download it a final time. So I am going to make sure that my file is selected, my design is selected, and I'm going to select Share. I'm going to select Download. I want my PNG file type to be PNG. I'm going to select Transparent Background, which is a Canva Pro feature. And then I'm going to select Pages. I'm going to select Current Page. And then I'm going to select Done. And then I'm going to select Download. The file will download into my File Explorer in the Download folder. So here in Cricut Design Space, I'm going to upload the design to the canvas. I am going to size the design to 10.5 inches in width to fit a large shirt. Then I'm going to select Make It. I'm going to select Continue. And here I'm going to select Everyday Iron-On. I'm going to get the design cut and weeded. Here at the heat press, I've already lint rolled and pre-pressed the t-shirt to remove any moisture. The design is placed on the shirt about 3 inches down from the bottom of the collar, and I am going to press this at 315 degrees for 30 seconds. Okay guys, let's peel it off. Okay, that's cute. All right, y'all. So here's our shirt. Let me know in the comments what you think about the shirt, about the design, and about the tutorial that I did in Canva Pro. All right, guys, that's all for now. I hope that you're able to follow along with my process. If you like this video and would like to see more, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and consider subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will respond back. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.